What is up, guys? And so today I decided that I wanted to update my stash video that I made a couple months ago. There's been some changes that they've done to the game. I've actually learned a lot of additional resources, so that way, hopefully, I can make this video even better than what it was before. I also have worked on some of my mic issues because I remember that on the last one I cut in and out a lot, and that was something that was brought up. But as you saw, we all have that one guy where you're going into the game, you find the game, and then you're trying to ready up, but it won't let you because you're waiting on your friend, right? So hopefully this video will help you be able to not be that guy, and maybe you can send it to your friend so that way he won't be that guy either. So I'm going to give you about 7 tips to hopefully be able to help you keep your stash under control, everything managed, and just have a more enjoyable experience, because no one wants to spend 15 minutes in their stash before they can even get ready for the next game. Is make sure your stash is upgraded as high as you can. So you can go to your black site, go to your stash. As you can see right now, I'm trying to upgrade it to level 10. The problem with that is my reputation on a couple areas has to get higher, so I can't upgrade it anymore. But be on the lookout for these items. Other than that, you probably should not worry about hoarding a bunch of extra stuff, but we're going to get into depth on that. So every time that you upgrade your stash, you're going to notice something. Tip number 2, once you upgrade on this column right here in your stash, they're going to give you an additional expansion crate. Make sure you have crates activated and that you're using them. See right here, I can buy a medical crate. Say if I'm overrun with a bunch of meds, like this stuff in here, I can get an extra one, and then it'll just throw it in there and it'll free up a lot of space. I have one for my gear, I have one for my guns, I have one for my ammo, meds, and just miscellaneous stuff. Some red, some golds. Make sure that you have all your expansion crates selected and activated, because just because they're in your stash does not mean you actually have to physically take them, and you have to drag them and drop them here. Tip number 3 is going to actually be in your settings. So if you go to settings, go to game, auto sort when opening stash, turn that off, keep it off, never touch it again. Do not ever turn this on. So there's a reason for that, and once I get to tip 5, I can explain it and it'll kind of help out a little bit more. Also, make sure that your stash item sorting order is in the way that best works for you. So I have it gear, attachments, firearm, consumables, key cards, others, collectibles, container crates. So the reason why I have it in this order, so that way I can easily go through it, I can find the stuff that I need, and I can just fly through it really quick. So basically, I know I have all of my gear up here, so I can put that on, I can get that. And now I have all of that, and I basically didn't have to scroll all the way down. Okay, so now all my guns are at top. So now I go down here, I get the gear I need. I'm all geared up, and now I have to go all the way back up here. I need to get my consumables. I need to get this, and I need to pick what weapon I want to have. Say I want to run with a SCAR. Then I have to go all the way back down here to find the ammo. Having everything organized so it goes... It just works so much better. Everything just flows, everything's nicer. So you need to organize that to where it best works for your desire. For me, I like it the way I have it that way. For me, you have to find what works for you. Tip number 4, consolidate all of your stuff by attachments and your ammo. And what I mean by that, you have all these extra spaces. So if you just grab these parts and put them on a gun, you free up extra spaces. Same with ammo. There's a lot of times, because like I said, turn off the auto sort every time you open up the stash. You'll have ammo where you shot some rounds, and then you come back, you just tap this and you bring it over. But if you would check, you can actually stack it on top of each other, or you can hit the stash sort. So the reason why I say have auto sort off is this very reason right here. Say you want to use this, and then you want to exchange for this guy. What's going to happen is it's going to say it's unable to fit into stash. Now, if you do it the way I do it, you can go here, you can manually move stuff over. Now we have the space that we need, and if we go to the auction, and then we go back to stash, it's still there. It didn't auto sort. So you can go use, you can go to the vest, and then you can buy it, and now it'll fit. But if you have auto sort on every time, it's going to do this every time you open up your stash. So it's going to go back. I can actually, here, I'm just going to turn it on so that way you can see what I'm talking about. See, it just auto sorted it. This is actually a great example. So I have everything in here all nice and neat. So as you can tell, I had a lot more space before auto sort was on. I could easily get the chest rig in until I had auto sort on. Because what it did was it moved everything to where they thought it should be, and now I don't have room. So every time where I can move stuff around, so that way, you know, I can say I want to go buy a helmet. Buy this helmet. It didn't fit. What do you mean? Insufficient space. But I just freed up space. What do you mean I don't have space? The space that I freed up automatically left because it auto sorts itself. But if you turn this stupid thing off, what you can do is you can move this over and then you can buy the helmet. And then it fit. That is why I say, you know, just keep it off. I'm going to reorganize well, actually, here, I'll just show you. So basically what it did was it took all this stuff and then it reorganized it so that way it would actually go to where it thought it should be. So now I'm going to have to move everything around because this game is stupid. And now it's magic. Tip number 5, do not hoard stuff. If you don't need it, sell it. It'll work. When you sell items, if you have the ability, stack it. Go lower. You can click the negative or you can change the price manually. But if you stack 2 of these items, I'm only using 1 slot of my sell on my auction, but I'm selling 2 items. So you'll be able to sell more stuff. You won't have to be worried about having the fact where you can't sell anything, but your stash is overfull, but you need to sell it. And as you can tell, you don't really want to sell it to the supply station because you're going to be losing 50-something thousand. So stack stuff when you can. That'll also help. So I don't need this watch. I'm going to sell it. I don't need this caviar. I use some of these guns. If you don't use the gun, don't keep it. Like this MP7, I don't use the MP7. So why would I have it? Just click down. It'll mark everything down. Check your greens. Don't really sell greens because, as you can tell, it's not even worth wasting the slot for it. That's another thing. Make sure, same thing. Make sure your slots are good. I can add that to that gun. Tip number 6, whenever, say you just got out of raid and you died. So what a lot of people do is they scroll through here. They're like, okay, I need this. I need this. I need a chest rig. I'm going to need a backpack. I'm going to need a gun. And, you know, I'm going to need the meds. My meds are down here. I need a repair. I need this. I need that. I need this. I need this and that and this and that and that. Or you can do it my way. Get into it, hit loadout, hit over here. It'll show you which helmets you have, or you can buy them. And if you go over to here, the best part about it is what you can do. You can buy helmets, but oh wait, hold up. So you can buy a helmet, but you can click on this little thing, and you can also do damage to get it even cheaper. And that the whole thing, just right there. I'm gonna buy my chest rig. I put my chest rig on. And then meds right here. Perfect. Just done. Buy whichever one you like. That is the combination that I always go with. That is what I use every time. And same with ammo. Get a gun, then you have your ammo. Another additional way that you can do this is, so this is actually kind of nice, make custom loadouts. Easy, quick, it's simple. All you have to do is go to loadout, loadouts, pick the gun you want, grab some extra ammo, click, buy what you need. And it just buys it. And then just like that, you're already ready to go. Number 7, which actually is a new one that they added, which I'm actually extremely ecstatic about. Go to your collection room. In your collection room, you can throw reds in here. So when they're in here, they no longer appear in your stash. So you can throw a bunch of reds in, you'll free up a bunch of space. The only trick to that is it cannot be bound. So this one I bought, I can't put it in there because it's bound to me. So this one I can, and I already have one in there. So you can stack them on top of each other, but I don't see a reason why, because you lose a red and you have to pay to stack it just so it looks better. It's not worth it. Don't waste your time on that. Possibly buying the collection room. It does cost, I think it's like 13 mil. I think when I did it, it was kind of pricey. I'm not going to lie, but it is so worth it. Like, it freed up so much space. But yeah, so that is how I would do it. So hopefully this video helps. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully I did not completely confuse you because I rambled. Hopefully that helped, and I will see you later. Hopefully I catch you on one of my lives.
Thanks
Or
for
I don't.
watching the
It happens.
video.